At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Arvind Moria and Dr. Rajendra Prasad sir for giving me opportunity in this instruction course and to speak on hurdles in research in ophthalmology. As we all know that research in the medical field is an ongoing process, which is essential for the scientific progress. It has more significance now as we are in the era of evidence-based medicine. High quality research is the basis for this. Studies have shown that research training coupled with training program helps to promote trainees' clinical thinking, analysis, improve the quality of patient care, and facilitate for training academic output. The path of research is not without hurdles. Research needs proper infrastructure and sufficient funds apart from the dedicated group of workers. A research process requires dedication, a lot of time and honesty. In our country, the institutions of healthcare gets priority over the research for obvious reasons. Research is not looked upon as a favorable career option by the majority. The basic qualities of good researchers are enthusiasm, integrity, and experience. In developing countries like ours, we face many challenges in the development of research. Firstly, people do not pursue research as a full-time job, whereas the fact is that it cannot be taken as a part-time job. Secondly, the institutions and departmental heads do not give high priority to research activities. High volume clinical work is given more weightage for the financial reasons. Thirdly, the clinician scientists find that environment in India is not conducive for doing high quality research. There are many Indian scientists who are engaged in high quality research abroad when they are well recognized initially when they return to India, but most of them do not pursue research as they consider it a professional suicide and not as a lucrative and remunerative as that of clinical practice. Lastly, research ethics are not followed to the core. Due consideration is not given to all the ethical aspects of the research and publication. A study was done in UK to find out the barriers perceived for conducting research. The common barriers were lack of the time, intensive clinical work, lack of mentorship, lack of research training and skills. When all these limitations get compounded due to inadequate infrastructure for even basic postgraduate training in many medical colleges in India, these colleges are obviously not conducive for conducting research. Thesis writing is a mandatory requirement for completion of postgraduate training, but the majority performs research without proper planning and supervision. This is partly due to the poor understanding of the entire process of research work. In India, investigators have to overcome many challenges while conducting research. The most important ones are inadequate infrastructure and well-trained staff with high attrition rate. In most of the institutions in India, doctor-patient ratio is inadequate. Hence, they are overburdened performing routine clinical work, taking care of patients itself. The opportunity to develop skills required for conducting trials is limited. Clinicians find it difficult to get trained in basic clinical research, good clinical practice guidelines, regulatory requirements, and ethical issues due to lack of the time and proper guidance. India is so vast that it is but natural to find a lot of variability in the standard of care, attitude, and infrastructure. Here, most of the centers participating in the trials have a financial interest, as the payment made for the conduction of these studies is very high by standard. So payment for performance strategy give rise to conflict of interest. The importance of participation in research planning and protocol writing is not understood by all the participating investigators, and most of the institutions find it an easy way out when a ready-made protocol is handed over to them. So it becomes easy for them. So in spite of so many limitations discussed, there is a silver lining. In future, majority of the trials are expected to be outsourced from the US. And in that scenario, India and China have been projected as a favorite destination for these clinical trials due to the following reasons. There are many hospitals in the country with the state-of-art facilities. These hospitals have well-trained physicians with a huge patient load. India also has a large population of treatment-naive patients. Also, India does not lag behind in good communication and informative technology capabilities, which are of great use in these studies. So data analysis, data entry, management, and finally report writing are now easy to carry out. To a larger extent, the negative perception of trials in the minds of the subject is fast disappearing due to the well-informed subjects. All this helps in building a strong patient base. Completion of research has no meaning unless it is published in the peer-reviewed journals. One talk is there covering this aspect. Dhaliwal et al. Have reported that out of 200 free papers presented in AIOC 2000, only 33 papers were published in the subsequent 7 years in the index journals. Such a low percentage of publication from the completed work shows apathy towards publication by researchers. The other possible cause could be a lack of quality research work presented in AIOC. Kumaragurupari published a study in IJO. Their conclusion shows a heartening trend to nearly doubling of the publications from 284 in 2001 to 460 in 2006 by Indian researchers. However, 50% of the publications came from only 9 major eye hospitals in India. A PubMed search of publications by Indian authors and institutions in 2008 showed about 16,000 results as against about 11,000 in 2005. Hopefully, the 2009 amendment of the regulations of MCI for appointment of teachers will provide enough incentive for researchers to publish their completed research. So in India, the scope for research is tremendously high, simply because India is a vast country with a rapidly growing economy. And there are many organizations such as ICMR, DBT, DST, WHO, and others who are prepared to fund for the appropriate research. ICMR has identified the scope of research in ophthalmology and has appointed coordinators for the various subspecialties like pediatric ophthalmology, diabetic retinopathy, cornea, and etc. To conclude, India is fast becoming a new destination for multicentric trials. It is time to wake up and educate ourselves with nitty-gritty of the research to reap the entire benefit from this favorable trend. We have a huge potential and we must explore it to its full capacity. Thank you for listening me.